The first time I saw it, it was on my way to my night shift. I'm a nurse at a hospital. I live in a small town, so everyone works everywhere. The only exception is at my job. The night shift only ever has about 1 or 2 workers, so my hours are pretty crappy. I was on Main Street, 4 minutes away from my job. That's when I saw it. It was a woman. She seemed to be about 5 feet tall. She was paper white. She had this long, eerie black hair. Her proportions were normal. I think it was just the eyes. Her eyes were too big to be human. It looked almost as if she was wearing a mask. Yes, a mask. There was a slightly up transition from where her face would reach her neck. She was on the side of the road, sobbing her eyes out. I would have ran her over if I didn't see her almost glowing white skin. I nearly crashed into a tree, but hit the brakes. I instantly jumped out of my car and yelled out asking if she was okay. She didn't respond. She only continued to cry. I thought she was maybe in shock, so I slowly kept over. Once I was about 5 feet away from her, she jerked her head towards me, showing off her face. I jumped. I sprinted back to my car and decided to just go to work. I was a big horror movie fan. My favorite was Friday the 13th. I shrugged the whole situation off as a micro nap, as I hadn't slept much that day. For the rest of the night, I didn't come across her again. That was until I got home. I got home at 3 or 7 a.m. I put my coat in the closet. I walked into the kitchen, about to make a meal, and watch whatever is on TV. I made a microwavable meal and sighed as I sat down. I clicked on the TV and switched the channel a few times until I found a channel I was interested in. That's when it happened. The TV channel was interrupted by the local news station. The man on the TV cleared his throat. He had a concerned look on his face. He said, "We are sorry to interrupt this channel with a breaking news. Almost 1.4 million reports have been suddenly come in about a woman. Many explain this woman to be a pale, maybe about 110-pound woman with an off face." He shuddered. I was worried, as the same thing happened to me just a few hours ago. I eagerly waited for him to continue. He said, "Many people have reported this woman to have attacked them. Many injured, some dead." I stared at the TV in shock. I wondered why I wasn't attacked. Then I remembered how I ran to the car before she could do a thing. He continued, "We have an ongoing report to find this woman. We are actively waiting for more information and details." I clicked off my TV. I was terrified. All of a sudden, I heard 3 slow knocks. Knock, knock, knock. I immediately ran to the door and looked through the peephole. There it was, its dark red eyes staring at me. It peeled back its mask to reveal a smile, an unearthly large smile. I was petrified. I didn't know what to do. I said, "What did you want from me?" It giggles. "You just gave me what I wanted." She tore down my door. That's when I remembered the lighter I had in my pocket. I immediately grabbed it out and lighted. Her hair was wet, dripping on the floor wet. I set her hair on fire. She started to scream. A large flame pushed me. All of a sudden, the vault went black. I woke up in a hospital to find a nurse looking over at me, worried. That worrisome look was immediately overcome with relief. She explained to me how my house caught fire while I was asleep inside of it yesterday at 8 a.m. That means that I dreamed of the whole situation. I was more than relieved in that situation. After about a week, I was given the thumbs up to go home. I called my neighbor to take me to a nearby hotel until I could get an apartment. When my neighbor arrived, we headed home. About 5 minutes away from home, we saw a woman on the side of the road. She seemed to be about 5 feet tall, with paper white skin.